Wait, don't skip this video. Because something just happened that made thousands of ARMY around the world suddenly stop scrolling, stare at their screens, and go completely silent for almost 10 seconds. What did people actually see in this video between Jimin and Jungkook? Was it just another normal moment caught on camera, or something much bigger that no one expected? Welcome back to Jikook Lover. If you love viral moments, hidden details, and the mysteries fans can't stop talking about, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video right now, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments, do you think this moment was just coincidence? Or is there something more behind it? Because after you see everything people discovered, you might start questioning what really happened. Viral news narrative. In the last few days, the internet has felt different. Social media timelines across multiple countries suddenly filled with the same short clip. At first glance, it looked ordinary. There was no massive stage, no bright concert lights, no dramatic announcement. Just a simple moment that seemed almost too normal to become a global discussion. And yet it did. The video began spreading quietly at first. A few fan accounts posted it with captions that sounded more confused than excited. Some simply wrote that they didn't know why, but something about the moment felt strange. Others asked if anyone else noticed the same detail they did. Within hours, the clip started traveling across platforms, jumping from one community to another like a spark catching dry air. Soon, the numbers exploded. Views climbed rapidly. Comments poured in from different time zones, different languages, different perspectives. What started as curiosity quickly turned into a full-scale conversation across the global fandom. People weren't just watching the video once. They were replaying it, slowing it down, zooming in, analyzing every frame. But the real mystery wasn't the video itself. It was the reaction. Many fans began saying the same thing. When they first saw the clip, they didn't understand why it felt important. Yet something about it made them pause. Something subtle, almost invisible, that only became noticeable after watching again and again. And that's when the theories began. Some people believed it was simply a casual moment that fans were reading too deeply into. After all, short clips can easily look different when taken out of context. Others, however, insisted there was something undeniably meaningful in the interaction. They pointed to a brief pause, a shift in attention, a glance that seemed to last just a little longer than expected. The more people talked about it, the more the clip spread. Suddenly, it wasn't just fans discussing it. Content creators, commentators, and online communities joined the conversation. The phrase many viewers repeated started trending. Why did everyone go quiet for 10 seconds? That question alone was enough to pull more people into the mystery. Because curiosity on the internet works in a very specific way. When people sense there is something they might have missed, they feel compelled to go back and look again. And every time someone revisited the clip, they seemed to discover a new interpretation. Some viewers said the energy between them felt unusually calm but intense. Others described it as a moment that looked completely natural, almost too natural to be staged. And sometimes, in viral moments like this, authenticity is exactly what captures attention the most. Fans who have followed their journey for years started sharing older memories. They talked about past interactions, shared clips from previous events, and compared expressions and body language. For them, this wasn't just about a random video. It was about patterns they believed they had been observing for a long time. At the same time, another group of fans pushed back strongly. They argued that the internet often turns ordinary situations into dramatic narratives. According to them, what people were seeing might simply be the result of emotional attachment combined with slow-motion analysis. They reminded others that short moments can easily be misunderstood. But the debate didn't slow down. If anything, it intensified. Because the more people disagreed, the more attention the video received. And soon, the clip crossed the boundaries of fandom spaces and reached general audiences who were curious about why so many people were talking about it. That's when something unusual happened. People who weren't even familiar with the context began commenting that the moment still felt different somehow. They couldn't fully explain it, but they understood why others found it interesting. And that reaction alone made the discussion even bigger. On international forums, long threads began forming. Some users wrote detailed breakdowns of the timeline within the clip. Others focused on facial expressions. There were even viewers who measured the exact duration of the moment that fans kept mentioning. 10 seconds, That number appeared again and again. Not because the clip itself lasted only 10 seconds, but because many people described the same experience. When the moment happened, they instinctively paused and rewatched it before continuing. It's rare for something so subtle to cause such a strong reaction online. Usually, viral videos are loud, dramatic, or shocking. But this one was the opposite. Quiet, brief, almost easy to miss if you weren't paying attention. And maybe that's exactly why it spread so fast. Because sometimes, the internet is drawn to moments that feel real rather than spectacular. Moments that look unscripted. Moments that make viewers feel like they just witnessed something genuine instead of something planned. As discussions grew, some fans began saying that the reason the clip felt powerful was not because of what happened outwardly, but because of what it seemed to imply emotionally. The atmosphere in that short interaction created a sense of curiosity that words alone couldn't explain. Others said the silence people experienced while watching might come from recognition. Fans who have followed their story closely often notice small details that casual viewers might overlook. And when those details appear unexpectedly, they can feel significant. However, there is also another layer to this story. In the digital era, perception spreads faster than facts. A moment can become legendary before anyone fully understands its context. The internet has a unique way of turning seconds into narratives and narratives into debates. That's exactly what seems to be happening here. Some believe the clip represents nothing more than friendship and familiarity between people who have spent years working and growing together. From this perspective, the interaction looks comfortable, natural, and completely normal. But others see something deeper. Not necessarily something confirmed, but something intriguing enough to keep the conversation alive. As the video continues circulating, one thing becomes clear. The power of the moment lies not just in what happened on screen, but in how people felt when they saw it. Reactions, interpretations, memories, and emotions all blended together into one viral phenomenon. And now, millions of views later, the discussion is still growing. Because every time someone watches the clip for the first time, the same pattern repeats. Curiosity, silence, rewatch. The conversation didn't slow down after that. In fact, it only became more intense as more viewers discovered the clip and added their own interpretations. Some fans began pointing out details that hadn't been discussed before. They talked about timing, positioning, and the subtle shift in atmosphere that seemed to happen in the middle of the moment. It was as if the video had layers, and each time someone looked closer, another possibility appeared. Across social media, people started asking the same question in different ways. Why did that moment feel so charged? Why did so many viewers react emotionally, even though nothing dramatic actually happened on the surface? And perhaps the most interesting part of all, why did the reaction feel almost universal among those who noticed it? A few longtime fans explained that sometimes, the strongest moments are not the loud ones, but the quiet ones. The ones where nothing obvious is said, yet the energy between two people becomes the focus. They described it as the kind of interaction that only stands out if you have watched countless hours of past footage and learned to recognize small differences. Meanwhile, others continued to urge caution, reminding everyone that viral discussions often grow larger than the original event itself. According to them, the internet tends to amplify emotions and curiosity until a simple clip begins to feel like a mystery that must be solved. And maybe that is exactly why this video continues to spread. Because somewhere between observation and imagination, between memory and interpretation, the moment remains open to debate. Every viewer sees something slightly different. So now the discussion has reached a point where one final question keeps resurfacing again and again among fans everywhere. If this really was just an ordinary moment, why did it feel like something important was happening right in front of us?